Ladies and gentlemen, UFC 324 is just around the corner, and the more I look into this card, the more I believe that the most interesting fight, in my opinion, the most technical fight, is Amanda Nunes returning to challenge the current champion, Kayla Harrison, former teammate. Kayla Harrison, Olympic gold medalist, two-time Olympic gold medalist in judo. I'm here to talk to you guys about why this fight is so interesting to me, why it should be interesting to you, and where I believe the holes are in each other's games. And I'll give you my prediction on who comes out on top in the end. As always, I'm your boy Jermaine Events. Let's get into it. For a long time, ladies and gentlemen, the ruler at women's bantamweight in the UFC was Amanda Nunes, and now that division is led by former teammate Kayla Harrison. This matchup has been rumored, brewing, for years. These two have been talking about fighting each other. Even as teammates, they were being questioned about fighting each other. And now we finally get to see what happens when they meet in that octagon. And there's certain things that when I watch all of Amanda Nunes' fights, because I went back and I tried to watch everybody's fights. If I could watch all your fights, thank you to Paramount Plus. They've got all the wins up there. If I can see all your fights, then I'm gonna watch them. And so I got Ketlen Vieira in there. I know people are gonna be like, bro, why do you have these pictures playing in the background? It's got Amanda Nunes looking bad. Right there, Kayla's looking bad, all right? I got them all looking bad. I'm talking about flaws, all right? We're talking about flaws, all right? So when I look over Amanda Nunes, I'm like, man, whenever she loses, there's some takedowns involved, and I wanted to go and watch those fights. And when I watched the Ketlen Vieira, Kat was all over Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes was winning the fight early on, and she was ground and pound. At that time, they were saying that Amanda Nunes was known for her ground and pound. At one point, Ketlen Vieira reverse position, was on top on the ground, and then stood up and welcomed Amanda Nunes back. That's not something you would see these days, somebody welcoming Amanda Nunes back up to the feet. But that's how things were back in those days. And when Nunes got put on her back with Ketlen Vieira on top, Kat was able to just have her way with her, right? And she ultimately got the TKO finish in that fight. I bring that up to say, when I watch the Peña and Nunes fight, all right, I think in everybody's mind, when they think about that fight, they think it was a fluke win. All right. Juliana got dominated in the rematch. Clearly that was a fluke win. But if you go back and watch that fight, as I did, you'll notice that Juliana's landing early. She's landing that jab early. She got dropped with a leg kick, got dropped with a jab, but she was also landing some good shots on Amanda Nunes. And the whole time, when it went to the ground, and Nunes was on top of her, trying to do things, but Peña was moving around, trying to get into better positions. She wasn't just laying there. And Daniel Cormier, had even pointed out that this isn't like her previous opponent when she fought Jermaine Durandamy. Shout out to all the Jermaines. When she fought Jermaine Durandamy just kind of laid there, all right? She didn't fight off of the back, wasn't trying to scramble, wasn't really trying to do much, so it didn't tire her out. And Cormier is saying in the first round, in real time, as this is happening, he's like, I'm pretty sure Amanda Nunes fighting in a way that she usually doesn't have to fight in these fights, this is going to tire her out. And by the second round, even before the second round started, the look on her face was pretty different. She was all smiles in the first round, and in the second round you can see the look on her face was pretty different. And as Peña starts to land more on her, DC's like, yes, look, she's tired. He's pointing it out. He called it in the first round in the real time that Peña was tiring her out. making her fight in a way that she usually doesn't, and it tired her out. And Peña got a legit win. She got a hip toss in there, kind of like a judo-esque hip toss. And Ketlen Vieira got some sick hip tosses on Amanda Nunes in her fight when she defeated her. And the kind of person that's going to be able to get these kind of throws, the kind of person that's going to be able to control Amanda Nunes on the ground, I think is definitely a fucking Kayla Harrison, man. She looks like Triple H in the 90s, man. She's built like Triple H in the goddamn 90s. All right. And if there's anybody that's going to be coming in for the takedowns, looking to control Nunes on the ground, it should definitely be Kayla Harrison. I think that's a glaring hole there. And I think that's a little bit of why the odds are the way they are. Amanda Nunes is considered the GOAT, the greatest woman of all time when it comes to mixed martial arts. And from last time I saw, she was plus 160 underdog. A lot of money coming in on Kayla, and I think that could be a big factor. The grappling, the small sample size that we have seen of Amanda Nunes on her back, like here with Peña and Zingano, it has not gone well for her. She hasn't really made the best decisions in those moments. She was subbed. She got taken down by Juliana Peña. She turned and gave up her back. She went to her knees like a lot of wrestlers do. And then she was submitted right there. She hasn't made the best decisions in the small sample size. She's up against a different beast here. It's been almost 3 years since Amanda Nunes has fought, actually. I was thinking like, oh, it's only been like a year. It's been almost 3 years since Amanda Nunes has fought. So we got some ring rust to shake off here. It's a tall task against Triple H in his prime. But if it does not go to the feet, all these fights start standing, ladies and gents. It all starts standing. Every round starts standing. And when I watch side by side visual comparison, if I'm looking at Kayla Harrison strike and Amanda Nunes is much sharper. She's much faster. She should be able to circle around her, and she's got the reach advantage. It should be a nightmare for Kayla Harrison in the stand-up. I think Kayla Harrison is pretty stiff with how she throws things. I think she kind of overextends with her punches. I think she puts herself in some really bad positions when she's striking. The kind of positions that she's been able to get away with, and she's like that right there. I think fucking Nunes would knock her the fuck out if she got that moment. All right, she would knock Kayla Harrison the fuck out if she overextends like that. Like, I don't think Kayla does not want to stand up with this woman for too long at all. I think the leg kicks are going to be too fast. I think she's going to be just dancing. She's going to look like Muhammad Ali in there if Kayla chooses to stay standing. And you know, there's something that Kayla does, and I've seen her do it in like all these fights. I was watching her fight. I watched the Larissa Pacheco fight, the last fight with Larissa Pacheco, and she lost on the scorecards. But I watched it like a couple days ago, and I scored that fight for Kayla. It is what it is. I mean, I guess my scorecard doesn't matter, but I scored that fight for Kayla. And my point is, in that fight against Ketlen Vieira and even against Juliana Peña, Kayla does this thing where she just fucking runs in. She just sprints in and like kind of like goes in for like a tackle. She comes in. And I think, yeah, maybe you got some nice Olympic speed. I think trying to rush in on Amanda Nunes is how she's going to end up getting knocked out. We're over, like, it was about 18 days out from the fight, and Kayla Harrison was posting videos of her in the saunas trying to get her weight down already. With almost 3 weeks out, she's already trying to get her weight down because she typically fought at 155 pounds, and now she's the champion in the UFC at 135 pounds. So she takes 3 weeks to get down in weight. She's gonna be drained, and she does not want to catch a "hey, how you doing" from Amanda Nunes when she's drained like that. She's been getting touched. All right, I just watched the Peña fight, and Kayla Harrison versus Peña, and Peña was touching her. I was like, yo, as I'm watching all these fights, because at first I was like, maybe I don't need to watch the Peña fights, but after I watched them, I was like, man, we gotta put some more respect on Juliana Peña. All right, we gotta put some respect on Juliana Peña's name. She's legit, and she was landing on Kayla Harrison, but Triple H in his prime. All right. She's gigantic in there. They look like they're different weight classes. She's huge. That's the only thing that saved, honestly. I feel like that's what saves Kayla Harrison in there with the striking deficiency, because she gets hit. She gets hit with some clean shit, but she kind of walks through it because she's Triple H in his prime. All right. She's Triple H in his prime, and she's the bantamweight champion of the UFC. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, if I had to make a pick after all my research, ladies and gents, after watching everybody's fights, I would have to say that I am rolling with Kayla Harrison to get it done. And Kayla Harrison is so confident, she's already calling out Valentina Shevchenko for her next fight. She wants all the quotes. All right, she wants to be the only one, and I respect that. But I think the time off, almost 3 years off for Amanda Nunes, we don't know what she's gonna look like in there. We don't know if she's gonna be as fast, as powerful. People are like, oh, she wasn't able to finish Irene Aldana. She wasn't able to finish Juliana Peña. She battered those women. You guys are fucking judging her off not finishing. She battered those women. Has anybody seen Irene Aldana since that fight? Has anyone seen Irene Aldana? I was watching it like, holy shit, where did she go? She literally has not been seen. Gregor Gillespie, my nigga. Where's Gregor Gillespie? Hey, let me know what you guys think about this. Am I wrong in my assessments? All right. Is Nunes, is her kryptonite being taken down and put on her back? Like, and what am I seeing it wrong here? What am I missing here, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know what you guys think about this fight in the comments. Ladies and gents, let's discuss it. Let's keep it clean. Once again, I'm your boy Jermaine Event. Thank you guys for being here again, and I will see you guys next time.